Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa lahat ng nakikinig po.
Hello to all our viewers from here and around the world.
Napakaganda na ating talinteman ngayong hapon ito.
Isang mainit na pagbati po sa inyong lahat.
Well, friends,
welcome to the Bridges Show.
I'm very happy to be here, and I think it should be a really interesting and fun topic.
What are the things you want to learn? So I wanna take it from there and then I listen to them.
Meron silang mga mithiin upang maging makabuluhan pa ang pagiging Katoliko. Lalong-lalo na sa susunod na henerasyon.
Sa akin po, sa mga kabataan, use competence as a basis.
In real life, hindi naman talaga tayo tumitigil sa buhay. Kailangan talaga tuloy lang ang buhay kahit anong challenges natin.
Palawan, Cebu, Baguio City, Attorney Dwight, pati La Union. So we are saying that revenge travel is real.
Mas kailangan natin na i-share ang hiwaga ng sinin sa mga tao.
Food and health should go hand in hand. So yan ang gusto naming paratingin sa gobyerno.
If you will just devote your life teaching, hindi ka yayaman sa pera, pero yayaman ka sa tao.
Siyempre, ang pinakamaganda po naman sa ating universidad ay yung talagang natuturuan po tayo kung paano maging mabuting tao.
Happy anniversary to Bridges! Here at Bridges, we build bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love.
In our life's journey to follow God's will for us, the Lord will lead us to different roads and bridges to find ourselves. They may be smooth or rough, challenging or gratifying experiences that could even break us down and make us give up. But to one corresponding to the call, the response of fiat will eventually be a self-emptying opportunity to deny oneself, to give more, to love more, to serve more. To recall our catechism, what is fiat? Fiat is a Latin word for let it be done. It was Mary's response to the angel Gabriel when she was asked to become the mother of Jesus. Let it be done unto me according to your word refers to Mary's yes to God. God touches our lives in mysterious ways and always according to His will and purpose for us. Ako po si Albert Aldwin H. De Jesus, your host for today for Bridges. I'm currently the Faculty Secretary and the Faculty Member of the Faculty of Pharmacy of the University of Santo Tomas. Ikinagagalak ko po kayo uling makasama ngayong hapong ito. Bago po tayo magpatuloy, babati po muna ako ng mainit na good afternoon or maybe good morning or good evening to everyone wherever you are around the world. It is a Tuesday and welcome once again to Bridges, brought to you by the UST Alumni Association Incorporated. Today's episode is sponsored by no other than the UST Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association and Scholarship Foundation Incorporated. Pero bago pa po ulit, we move on to the show. Friends, I'd like to invite everyone to please don't forget to like and share our show and subscribe to our UST Thomasian Alumni Community YouTube channel. Okay? So, today's episode is very inspiring and also very, very interesting. It is an up-close and personal conversation with our very special guest. Our very special guest is an alumnus, also of the Faculty of Pharmacy and UST, who chose to take a different path after graduation. He followed God's call to be a priest. This is a story of love and service, and should I say, his own fiat story to God's plan in his life. Today's episode will mainly dwell on our guest's journey of science and faith, how he responded to the call initially as a man of science, as a pharmacist, and then eventually a vocation that prospered to make a man of faith, a man of God, a priest. Our guest is none other than Father Roman Lim Santos of the Order of Preachers. He is a Thomasian pharmacist graduating and passing the boards in 1995. He pursued his calling and studies to be a priest and graduated magna cum laude in both his philosophy and sacred theology studies. He made his solemn vow in April 26, 2003 and got ordained to the priesthood in the Order of Preachers in November 30, 2007. He has been assigned in UST Legazpi Hospital, formerly the Aquinas University Hospital Foundation in Legazpi, as the Director of Finance and as a hospital administrator. He was also the Director of Finance of UST Hospital Manila from May 2021 to May 2024. Currently, he is the Dominican province of the Philippines as the Priory of St. Thomas Aquinas at the University of Santo Tomas, Manila. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Father Roman Lim Santos, OP. Welcome to Bridges, Father Don. Magandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon. Good afternoon, everyone. Special greeting to our host for this afternoon, Sir De Jesus. So, shall I call you Sir Albert?
Father, Sir Ebe. Ebe is okay, Father. Thank you po.
You just call me Don. Like I'm fondly called Father Don in the Dominican province of the Philippines. So to everyone, whether it is morning, afternoon, or evening, magandang umaga, tanghali, o gabi po sa inyong lahat, those who are watching us today. So before we start, siguro allow me to congratulate our organizers of this program, the UST Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association and Scholarship Foundation Incorporated, together with UST AAI. So congratulations po for Bridges Season 4. Nakaapat na po pala kayo.
Yes po.
And for today, it's the theme is given to me is it's a call, right? It's a call to science and faith.
Yes, Father. And yes, Father. We are also thankful that you're here, and we're very happy to have you with us here today in Bridges, Father Don, because it's very interesting po makipagkwentuhan sa isang tulad nyo na professional, tapos pumasok po sa pagpapare para mabigyan din kami ng sulyap po kung ano po ba ang buhay ng isang pare. Malay natin, baka sa conversation po natin ito, marami tayong mahikayat eventually na tumulad po sa inyo.
Kung magbiro, baka isa ka doon.
Naku, Father. Malay po natin, no? Okay. Sige, Father. Father, pwede niyo po ba kami munang to start the ball rolling of our conversation, no? Pwede niyo po ba kaming bigyan ng konting sulyap sa personal background po ninyo?
Well, before I even joined the pharmacy, I came from the small town of Malabon City. So, familiar ako with UST in terms of flood. No, our hometown is the flood town of the Philippines. Kami na una sa lahat. So, I was then a simple student. I commute every day just like everyone. So, after high school, it's a big decision making for me and for my family where to go. But because my parents are both in the medicine field, my father did not practice, nag-business na lang siya kasi may hereditary na pinaalagaan sa akin. We have a small fish farm na hinandle ng father ko, and eventually my mother kasi is also a physician, a government physician. So ideally, as you grew up, parang nakita ko na this is my pathway, no, to the science and to the medicine field. Kaya saan pa pupunta? Siyempre, UST. So, yun yung choice natin where to go.
Medyo parang non-negotiable na po pala sa inyo. Number one, because both of your parents are also allied health professionals. And number two, sanay ka na po sa baha. So, talagang naging choice niyo po si UST. Okay. Yes, Father. So, pero Father, when you entered UST, what made you decide to take a pharmacy as your bachelor course, no, your college course? What really piqued your interest in pharmacy?
It's actually a challenge, no? Kasi from this period onwards, I think the hand of God is already moving because initially, what is hot during the 90s, and everybody can attest to this, is a male nurse. During the 1990s, inabutan ko yon, yung period ng 1990s, dapat male nurse. At sa UST, they're accepting already male nurses. However, napakataas ng qualification. Ang daming requirements. may height requirement, pasado ako doon. May isa akong problem. Dami kong tigyawat. Impulse is a problem. During that time, so I don't know, maybe God allowed it to happen because I am not meant for nursing. So, I have to choose pharmacy because in the earlier years of my life, meron kaming butika sa bahay. Ako yung maliit na not maliit. Ako yung malaking baby na on top of the desk ng eskaparate ng pharmacy ng bahay namin. Doon kami nagpe-play ng kapatid ko. So I'm used to having a pharmacy in the house no meron kaming ganun. So maybe sabi ng father ko, that's a good prep for medicine. Sabi niya, that's a good prep. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like any other po student who is taking parang mga health sciences course, no, you also plan to become a doctor po during that time, Father?
During that time, yes, during that time. And kung ngayon, siguro balik tanaw ko, no, naging masaya ang pharmacy years. Kasi kung i-relate ko siya sa panahon natin ngayon, parang ano yan, the actual experience of Harry Potter pala, no, pagka nasa pharmacy ka. Kasi ang daming concoctions, ang daming mga interplay ng chemicals and plants and herbs. So you just like a total experience of the Harry Potter experience. Sabi ko, oh nga no, parang ganun pala yun. So I enjoyed eventually.
Minus the terror of, na baka may mangyaring kakaiba because of magic na. But yeah, meron nga po.
Yeah.
May herbology, may potion making. Okay, very really close to you. Speaking of pharmacy and the courses that you take in pharmacy, do you have any recollection po or maybe throwback lang po on what was your memorable experience or enjoyable experience here at UST, particularly at FOP?
Actually, wala na yung ginagawa before. Parang bawal ng practice. Now that I'm assigned in UST per se, parang namimiss ko yung amoy formalin dun sa may garden na malapit dito sa Priory. I remember those days na nag-alaga kami ng pusa, nag-alaga, petrified cat, nag-dissect ng petrified cat, naghimay ng frog, nagpatanggal ng paa ng frog, and eventually, in-experiment siya. Those things na parang allow you to be very into science. So parang you are really a scientist, no, venturing on these things. Tapos gumagamit kayo ng mga equipment sa pharmacy na mga nagkakaroon kayo ng condensation, evaporation experiences. Those things, laboratory experience sa pharmacy is highly memorable, and they are great also in the experience, no? Hands-on ka hands-on ka. Nakikita mo in front of your eyes what's happening. If they're changing, chemical changes is really true and happening in front of you. So yun, that's very, very enjoyable and memorable, these things.
That's right, Father. That's why it's not surprising po that, during the pandemic, coming back from the pandemic, during the limited face-to-face, it was actually the Faculty of Pharmacy who are one of the first to do the limited face-to-face because we are really particular on honing the skills of our students rather than just sitting down and listening to lectures and theories. We are really after na kailangan ma-develop yung kanilang skills. Okay. Father, my next question, because you took up pharmacy. During that time, while you were still in college, did you already see yourself, sabi niyo po kasi pre-med, no? But did you also see yourself practicing the profession as a pharmacist?
Well, it's a rather complicated kasi I have together with my parents, we have one straight plan to become a doctor after 4 years. I even prepared myself for NMAT. Ready na ako. Registered na ako for NMAT. But suddenly, in my 3rd year of college, something happened. No? So, lang yun? A little twist of events. Like, I attended a mass then the priest invited vocation for priesthood para anyone interested. And suddenly, I'm together with a friend, sinabi ko sa kanya, babae yun, pero hindi ko siya girlfriend. Lang siya? Really. Sinabi ko lang sa kanya, malay mo, pinagpapari ako ni Lord. Third year college na ako nun sa pharmacy. Sagutin na ako ng sabi niya, ipaglalakad kita ng paluhod para hindi yan matuloy. So, sabi ko,
May kumukontra sa dasal, Father.
so parang na-challenge ako. So, from that point on, naglinger yung question ng what if?
What if?
So, I also have to disclose to you yung, parang siguro, this experience is like annunciation experience for me, no? Walang Angel Gabriel na dumating. Eventually, there are bits and pieces of signs na parang you just have to consider na, baka ito, kasama to dun sa lineup ng mensahe ni Lord. Merong isang ginagawa tayong mga Katoliko na bawal. Pinagbabawal naming mga pare. Tawag doon Bible cutting. Ginawa ko yun noon. Buti na lang hindi sa pagpapakamatay ni Judas talaga na
napunta.
And eventually, nabuksan ko yung Matthew 19 verse 9 which says, it's about the marriage and divorce, and some people who why the church allowed divorce, or why during the time of Moses they allowed divorce, because there are some people talaga na problematic yung but I don't want to deal with divorce today. Ito lang yung jumping point sa vocation, because at the end of the gospel reading, sinabi doon na there are some who have been made not to marry. Mga eunuch sila. But there are also some who made decision to not to marry for the sake of the kingdom of God, for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. So parang parang for me, ano ba to? Message ba to? So if you're bata, di ba? You're bata. Very, very ideal. Parang you're so happy na, it connects to your what if. Parang yung what if mo merong sudden answer. So, ngayon yung tricky part. I told my parents that I would like to enter the seminary. Kasi third year pa eh. So, my parents was thinking then na, fluke lang to. This won't really happen. So eventually, my father said, okay, if you're really interested, sige. After 2 years, ng college mo, mag-work ka muna. Siguro parang that would distract me dun sa of toying it in my mind the idea of entering the seminary. Precisely because I really have no idea where to go, what to become. Basta priesthood, period. Pero no idea really. Walang friend. Meron akong uncle na Vincentian. I asked him, Kuya, gano'ng katagal ba maging Vincentian? He told me 10 years. Sabi ko, turn off, 10 years. Eventually, only to find out yung formation ko, 10 years din. Anyway, going back to the story, 2 years, sabi ng father ko. So after the College of Pharmacy, my father, siyempre, nakakahiya na sa bahay, you need to find work. No? Meron lang akong little pride na I really have to disclose to you, because this one is like a Jonah experience for me. I said to myself, never will I step again on UST in the four corners of UST until I prove myself worthy of bringing a name for myself and then saying na, accomplish ako. Meron akong work dito ako sa ganitong industry, very idealistic eh. So, nilakad ko yung mga mahahabang kumpanya, yung mga mahahabang daanan ng companies sa Makati. Nagsaliksik talaga ako dyan. Hirap maghanap ng trabaho. For the entire talaga, zero. Meron pa ako one chance. Sorry, but I cannot tell you the company. Kasi I don't want to discriminate. Tsaka friend kasi natin, but I do not want to say anything. Natapos ko lahat, pasado lahat, interview lahat, kompleto lahat. Magtataka ka parang talagang parang pinapakailaman ng langit. Why? Because at the very end, ang sabi sa akin nung nag-interview, actually pasado ka na lahat, you just have to come back to us kapag ka ganito na specific weight mo.
Oh my God, meron pong
may body shaving. Sabi ko, wala pa nun eh, no? Sabi ko, may body shaving pa dito. So, merong weight requirement. So, tinawanan ko na lang yon. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, not my loss. It's your loss, not mine. So,
Father, baka parang yung nursing lang din, no, na you know the requirement on yung dahil may pimple po tayo na parang redirects tayo to pharmacy. So maybe this is also a sign or maybe a way on how God is really redirecting you to that path, no. Father, yung naintindihan ko po from the last na pag-usap, ito po, no, nung third year college pa lang, na-realize nyo na maybe, no, may tumatawag po sa inyo. Number two, hindi pala template ang calling. Hindi pala siya yung parang may liwanag o kaya may bubulong sa'yo na pumasok ka, magpari ka. No? So, hindi pala siya ganun ka template or diretso. Yung sa inyo po, tapos binigyan pa kayo ng leeway ni daddy nyo po, no? Try mo 2 years to work or maybe after graduating, baka nga mag-iba pa yung isip mo. Pero my question right now, Father, paano nyo talaga nalaman na meron po kayong calling? Meron po bang isang tao or mga tao na nag-influence talaga sa inyo? Ituloy na po natin po ito, Father.
Kasi yung mga twists and turns noon. So, nandun tayo sa 2 years, hindi ba? I said to myself, never will I come back to UST. On the second year, after akong walang work for the entire year, naka-receive ako ng phone call from a classmate of mine before. Sabi niya, hoy, may opening dito. Would you like to become a pharmacist? Anong klaseng pharmacist? Sabi niya, hospital pharmacist. Sabi ko, saan? Nakakatuwa naman, may opening. Sabi niya, sa US. So, sabi niya, sa US. So, sabi ko, kailangan kong kainin yung pride ko. Kailangan kong embrace at sabihin, sige na nga, nagkamali ako sa sinabi ko. Tahimik na ako. Because nag-pronounce lang naman ako, in myself. Hindi ko naman sinabi na I would proclaim this to everyone. So ako lang nakakaalam nun. So I have to eat up my pride and then apply humbly sa UST. Then I entered and joined UST Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
For the entire year, nag-run hospital pay. UST Hospital pay. May pay division pa nun. So during that time, eto na. May madring nagra-run ng pharmacy before because some portions of the hospital were administered by the sisters. So there's this one sister who's handling the pharmacy na interested doon sa isang guy pharmacist. Hindi ako yung bet niya. Meron siyang isang pharmacist doon na kabi-break up lang sa girlfriend. I can name the name, is a friend. He's a good friend, si Jody. Si Jody kabi-break up nila. Ang girlfriend niya, during that time, kainitan pa ng isang Buy-and-Tell. So, parang PLDT, merong Buy-and-Tell. Okay. So, during Buy-and-Tell season, may time ng promotion, marketing ng Buy-and-Tell. Yung girlfriend niya, parang model ng Buy-and-Tell. Hindi ko naman sinabi ang telepono ng babae. Maganda yung babae. So, kabi-break up lang. Itong si Jody is a church man also. Parang, alam mo, bata pa lang lumaki sa simbahan. Nahuli nung madre. Pinag-exam nung madre, nakapasa siya dun sa examination. And then I said to him, ano ba yan? Sabi ko sa kanya, ano yung sabi mong magre-resign ka na kasi papasok ka sa seminary? Sabi ko sa kanya, pwede bang sumama? Pwede ba akong mag-join dun sa examination? Nag-exam din ako. Nakapasa kami, dalawa. Exactly 2 years after nung commitment ko sa tatay ko, nag-resign ako sa UST Hospital, Pharmacy Pay. And then we entered sa seminary. Doon sa seminary, itong si Jody, gabi-gabi na lang. Kasi our setup in the seminary is parang dorm type. So we can move our beds closer together. In the evening, imumove niya closer yung bed niya doon sa bed ko. Tapos, sasabihin niya sa akin, parang mali ako ng pili. Iniiyakan niya ako. Sabi niya, mahal ko pa yung babae. Mahal ko pa yung babae. Sabi ko sa kanya, sige, then, magsabi ka ako dun sa formator, malay mo, that's really na, parang mawala yan. Actually, sa isipan ko, magsabi ka sa formator, baka mahimas-masang ka. No? The following Sunday, dumating yung parents ni Jody. every Sunday, we're happy to receive visitors kasi maraming pagkain pag maraming visitors pag Sunday. So, itong si Jody, at the end of the day, mga 5 o'clock in the afternoon, nakita ko siya kasama na ng parents niya umuwi. So, nandun ako sa pintuan, I'm saying goodbye to Jody. After a year, si Jody kinasal dun sa babae. The same girl.
Wow.
After another year, nakita kami sa Santo Domingo, when I was in Santo Domingo already, sabi niya, uy, alam mo, blessing, sabi niya, meron akong pinasukang company, sabi niya, part na ako ng millionaires list. Sabi niya, kapag pasok na ako ng 1 million, I'm earning a lot. Sabi, wow, sabi ko, blessed na blessed ka, ha? And eventually, sabi niya, happy din ako ng house and resort for my family. Ako, galing naman. So sabi ko sa sarili ko, so, saan na ako napunta? Sabi ko, ako chinichismis ko na lang si Jody, no? At this time.
Actually, Father, yun yung question ko. How did you feel about when Jody was leaving you doon sa seminary? And then the moment that when he came back, telling you stories of how proud he is of what he has already achieved. What were you feeling at that time?
I'm happy for him. But at the same time, I'm happy also from where I am. That's the case. Yun yung second confirmation ng Diyos, ng Annunciation experience. Nung fiat na sinasabi natin. When you're saying yes doon sa experience mo na every day, sabihin ko ba sa'yo, masaya ba? Masaya. Are you sad also at times? Do you feel also depressed sometimes? Are you challenged also sometimes? Yes. But are you happy? Yes. Do you feel like going out? Yes. Many times. So, what had happened along the way? Yun naman yung maganda doon. Kasi tuwing gusto ko umuwi, tatawag ako sa bahay. I need to call home. And I need to hear my parents' voice, especially my mother. Sabihin ko sa nanay, hindi na ako, ayoko na. Parang, this is not the life for me. Sasabihin ng nanay ko sa akin, okay lang ka uwi, susunod ka namin dyan. Excited pa siya.
Reverse psychology pala, Father.
So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, sige, 1 year pa. So, 1 year pa. Tapos, minsan, hindi lang gano'n, no? Hindi lang 1 year pa. Minsan, marinig mo sa mother mo na, na may kaaway ka dyan, ano? Sino kaaway mo? Sige, pupunta ako. Sabi ko, kaaway mo ba yung formator mo? Ganun niya sa akin. yung kaaway mo ba yung pare? Ganun. So, pupunta talaga siya. Actually, pupunta yung mother ko doon. Tapos, nandun kami sa tapat ng pintuan ng seminary. Alam mo yun? Tapos, lahat ng lumalabas sa pintuan ng seminary, sasabihin niya sa akin, yan ba? Yan ba? Yan ba? So, sabi ko, para ka naman naghahamon. Ano ba gagawin mo? Awayin mo ba? Hindi, gusto ko na ipagdasal. No. So, eventually, kagaganon, 1 year ko sa nanay ko, tumagal. Tumagal siya.
Galing.
I have to share to you one part pala ng 2 years na sinabi ko sa yung tatay ko. Actually, nung ihahatid ako sa seminary, may sakit siya. Sabi niya, nilalagnat ako. Actually, excuse niya. Ayaw niya kasi talaga. Bumabaha sa Malabon eventually. And I said to myself, I need to go to the seminary here and now, today. Pero walang maghahatid sa akin. Ayaw niya ako yatid. Bumabaha, umuulan. And here's my mom. Ang ginawa ng nanay ko, nag-arkila ng jeepney. Sinakay ako. Dinala ako sa Santo Domingo Church. Iniwan ako doon. Soon thereafter, yung tatay ko, one time nagulat ako, sinabi niya sa akin, alam mo, wag kang lalabas. Oh, sabi ko, what changed your mind? Ano nangyari sa'yo? Para ka na-disarm bigla. Ayaw mo nga ako magpare. Sabi niya, masarap pala yung may anak na magpapare. Sabi niya, bakit? Sabi ko sa kanya, kasi nagsisimba ko doon sa simbahan natin. Every time matapos ng misa, marami nagko-congratulate sa akin. Sabi niya, para akong artista. So, that feeling lang parang nag-change sa heart niya. And eventually, he accepted the priesthood. Sige. Meron ako isang kukwento sa iyo kasi na hindi ko na-mention. Alam ko, inaabangan nila Ma'am C. So if you're asking me, meron
It's about your love life, Father. Yes, Father. Go ahead po.
Segue ko, pero babalikan natin yung lineage nito. Meron. During that time ng 3rd year, meron actually. It's a childhood sweetheart ko nung high school pa. So from high school, fourth year hanggang college kami. Hanggang third year kami. She's from the other school, from Adamson University siya. IT kinukuha. So, bumabiyahe ko from UST to Adamson. Sumasabay kami pag-uwi. Kaya lang, dumating yung question ng what if. So, there was this memorable experience really na sinabi ko sa kanya na, alam mo, whether magtagal tayo o hindi, sabi ko, tung what if, ayaw umalis sa utak ko eh. Yung what if, naglilinger talaga siya. Pabalik-balik. Sabi ko, I need to know the answer. Sabi ko, gusto kong malaman, papasukin mo ko sa seminary. Sabi ko, gusto kong malaman kung yes or no ang sagot. Kasi sabi ko, pag hindi ako pumasa, sa entrance pa lang, sabi ko, babalik ako. Kaso, nung pumasa nga siya, di ba, nagbago. But during that night, sabi ko, parang teleserye. Kasi, sinabi ko yun sa bahay, kaming dalawa lang. Sa bahay nila. Nung pauwi ako, medyo dramatic din ang langit. Kasi ano mo ba yun? Nakasakay ako ng tricycle nung umuwi. Umuulan. Iniwan ko na siya. At tapos, umiiyak siya nung iniwan ko. Ako din, umiiyak habang bumabiyahe ko ng tricycle pa uwi.
Tapos may musical scoring pa sa tricycle, Father, no? May tumutugtog pa.
Ang sabi niya lang sa akin, kaya she decided to let me go is that kung babae yan, sabi niya, ipaglalaban natin. Kung meron akong hahabulin. Kaya sabi niya, but because that's God, sabi niya, mahirap yung kalabang ko eh. Sabi ko, niyatalo ko sa laban na to. So, I'll let you go. So, nung nasa second year na ako ng formation sa novitiate sa Manawag, actually, she got married. She got
Father,
ang one, inaanak ko yung pangalawa niyang anak.
Wow.
So we're good friends.
Okay. Father, I'm sure some of those who are already has an inkling or may kahit pa paano nag-iisip to enter priesthood. Katulad po na share niyo kanina, okay lang po ba yun na pasok po ako to check if that's really what I want?
Yeah. Kasi
And then
sometimes
eventually, if na-realize kung hindi, lalabas po ako. Ganun po?
Kasi you need to, parang sa akin naman wala kasing clear yes and no eh. Actually, nung bata ako, sabi ko gusto ko na talaga maging doktor kasi ang nanay ko nakaputi.
Little did you know, magiging puti din pala yung suot mo, Father.
Ang biro ko nga, nakaputi din, iba lang yung tahi.
At saka parehas pong nag-heal, no? Magkaibang paraan lang po.
Spiritual doctor sa akin ang nanay ko. At least spiritual doctor ka.
Tama po. Father, our next question. You've already shared some of the challenges that you face in your journey inside the seminary. This time, yung mga challenges naman po na face nyo as a priest. And what is your greatest source of strength? What keeps you going as a priest po?
I have been ordained last 2007. Ever since, binigyan lang ako ng isang assignment sa Legazpi City, no? Pinadala ako doon ng tagal-tagal. 13 years ako nag-serve sa Legazpi City. And binalik ako dito after 13 years. Actually, yung challenge ng work and work and doing ministry, masaya yun eh. Because unti-unti mong nakikita yung sarili mo as a young priest and plus, young priest and plus. However, alam mo, yung challenge ng faith, which I would really like to share with everyone, is nangyari only last year. Only last year. It is parang it is an eye-opener for me on how really strong your relationship with God is. Because last March 26, 2023, meron akong faith experience. No? Sabi ko, pati pala pare, merong faith experience. Because nagkaroon ako ng grabing sakit to the point na I have seen myself nakakatulog kasi ko sometimes sa seat sa upuan. Dito na yun sa Manila, sa Manila na. Kaya lang pagising mo, alam mo, walang pakiramdam yung from hips down to your feet.
Mm.
Nagkakaroon ng paralytic experience. Ano? So hindi ko alam kung ano yung dahilan kung bakit. Ang isang source of strength really ng isang pare is the love. Love for God, first and foremost. Pero may special kasi kalinga yung Mahal Birhen. So, special love for the Blessed Virgin. No? So, ang takbuhan ng isang paring tulad ko sa Mahal na Birhen. So, several occasions kasi nangyari yun, I'm losing my power to walk.
Mhm.
I've seen myself using a cane, a quad cane, and eventually a walker. Tapos naupo ako sa wheelchair. Tapos nag-in and out ako sa hospital. Months and months and months. But in between those months, sumisimple ako sa Mahal na Birhen ng Manawag. Pumupunta ako sa Mahal na Birhen ng Manawag. I'm battling out with the Blessed Virgin Mary. Sabi ko sa kanya, "Oh, Mary, pwede bang marinig ko parang annunciation experience?" Ang gusto ko naman marinig yung get up, pick up your mat, and walk.
Galing ka.
Sabi ko, yun lang. No? Sabi ko, yung ganung miracle lang, and eventually, I promise to you, ang sisigaw ako dito sa simbahan, sabi ko, I will proclaim na I'm healed, no? Instantaneously. Gusto ko kasi instantaneous healing. Walang nangyaring ganun. Wala na naman nangyaring ganun. Ang pinadala niya sa akin, doktor. Surgeon. Neurosurgeon. At ang sabi sa akin ng neurosurgeon, "Father, bukod sa scoliosis mo," sabi niya, it's not challenged by your weight," sabi niya. "This challenged by OPLL." Sabi ko, "Ano naman yung OPLL?" Sabi niya, ossified posterior longitudinal ligament. Maganda, di ba? Ossified posterior longitudinal ligament. Parang scientific name lang ng halaman. OPLL, sabi niya, means to say that inside your spinal cord, merong extra ligament na nagcho-choke sa yung spinal cord. And eventually, it had grown over the years while you're still young and as you grow age. Sabi niya, pag tumagal yan ng tumagal, Father, i-choke yung spinal cord mo and eventually you cannot walk anymore. So sabi niya, we have to operate. Sabi ko sa kanya, baka ito yung sagot ng Diyos, ito yung sagot ng langit, no? I need confirmation. Sabi ko, ano yung possibilities natin? Sabi niya, mga 90 to 95% you can walk again, pero marami ka pang mga hurdles na dadaanan afterwards, like merong walang feeling, may kuryente, may pain. So that's one chance. Sabi niya, meron ka pa another chance, sabi niya. Ano yun? Sabi ko. Sabi niya, 50-50. Ano ibig sabihin, Doc, 50-50? After the operation, paralyzed ka pa rin. Yung kalahati mo, buhay. Yung kalahati mo, patay. Wow, sabi ko naman, ba't may ganun? Sabi ko, alisin na natin yun sa line-up.
Options.
Sabi niya, hindi pwede, Father. Doktor naman ako, di naman ako Diyos. So sabi ko, na-sermonan pa ng doktor ko. No? Sabi, okay, sige. Ano yung last option? Sabi ko, Doc, ano yung last option? Sabi niya, magre-report ka na kay Lord. Sabi ko, ayoko nung last option. Ayoko pang mag-report kay Lord. Sige, age reveal, sir, ha? At the age of 50, ito yung binigay niya sa aking challenge. 50 ako last year kasi November ang birthday ko, so it's March. So, I will have my 50th year doon last year. So, kailangan maoperahan. Pero ito yung crucial dun sa operation that I would like us to siguro get parang inspiration from. Sinabi ng doktor, this was really, I think, the message coming from the Lord. Sabi niya, after the operation, lahat ng movements mo, Father, you have to jot them down. From small walk to everything. Sabi niya, document mo siya. I-document. Sabi ko, bakit? Di naman ako millennial, hindi naman ako Gen Z, so hindi rin ako mahilig mag-video-video, hindi rin ako mahilig mag-TikTok. Pero sabi niya, hindi, this is really for you. So sabi ko sa kanya, sige, let's see. Ngayon na-realize ko kung bakit. Kasi, ang buhay pala ng pare, hindi lang yung challenge na naoperahan ka. Ang mas challenge pala talaga yung after ng operation. Because I've seen myself, hindi ako mahiya. With all due respect sa ating mga guests tonight, sa afternoon, si Father Don ay parang naging bata. I was wearing diaper after the operation. So I needed to humble myself again in the eyes of another person. I had a caregiver who helped me all throughout. So ang mga small prayers, I have small prayers. Hindi ako makaupo. Kailangan ko makaupo. So Lord, tulungan mo ako makaupo. From the bed na nakahiga, tulungan mo ako makaupo. Then, document it. So sabi ko, Lord, tulungan mo akong makalipat from bed to the chair. Document it. Then, Lord, from the chair, dalhin mo ako sa CR. Gusto ko mag-CR na doon sa CR. Naka-CR ako pero nakaupo. I document the walk but not the CR. Tapos eventually sabi ko, Lord, tulungan mo na ako mag-CR na nakatayo na. Then I said to myself, Lord, tulungan mo ako makalakad na dahan-dahan. Ano yung wisdom na binigay ng Diyos through the... Bakit? Kasi in our life pala, talagang dadaanan mo yung sadness, challenge of depression, challenge of doubting, challenge of saying na, why me? The challenge of saying na, is miracle really happening? Pero pag nakita documentation mo, day after day after day, you're like a little baby walking na sa, ay, ang dami ko ng accomplishment. So, ang focus mo ngayon is God's gift of small bits and pieces of blessing. And not anymore the worries, not anymore the question na, mahal ba ako ng Diyos, ba't ako binigyan ng ganitong problem? No, ang nakita mo, victories mo eh. Maliit lang, pero successes mo siya. Kasi maliit lang ang maliit lang yung joys mo. Ang joys mo lang makapunta sa CR. Ang joys mo lang makatayo. Ang joys mo lang makalakad ng maliit. And eventually now, I'm totally walking without a cane. Thanks be to God.
Amen. Amen to that, Father.
After a year, imagine mo. After a year. Tapos ito yung cute. I visited the doctor after. Alam mo, sabi niya sa akin, alam mo, Father, nung operahan kita, after the operation, sabi niya sa akin, akala ko, magkikane ka na for life. Sabi niya, pagka nag-cane ka for life, actually okay na rin sa akin. Sabi ko sa kanya, buti hindi mo sinabi, Dok. Sinabi ko sa kanya. Kasi inasahan ko ang sarili ko hanggang cane na lang. But because I believe more in my God, rather than sasabihin mo sa akin, then, nilampasan ko yung cane and now I'm not using cane. Totally. Anything. So,
very, very nice.
That's...
Galing, Father. Parang sinasabi, hindi sinama yung option na yun, kaya hindi mo plinan sa utak mo that you might be eventually living with a cane. No, because you don't know that, sabi nga nila, what you don't know won't harm you. So, hindi mo siya inisip na ganun. Talagang inisip mo, gagaling ako. No? At saka na-realize ko, Father, this time, totoo yung sabi mo na ang priests are also just human. Tao lang din naman talaga kayo. You also go through these challenges. You also, wala palang express lane or special treatment para sa pagdadasal at instant miracle for peace, no? You still invoke God's grace. You still ask for healing, no? And then we still wait if these prayers will be effective. And we believe that in God's hands, no? Ibibigay niya sa atin whatever His plans are, no? Galing-galing nan, Father. Tapos, Father, bago tayo dumiretso pa sa sunod, I think may isa pa pong challenge. After Legazpi, you were brought to Manila during a very, very special time. The pandemic. Tama po ba?
Post-pandemic na siya. Because yung pandemic,
okay
the start
po.
of pandemic,
nandito po kayo sa Legazpi. Okay. So kasi na-realize ko, pagbalik ni Father dito, another challenge, no? Pandemic naman. No? So at least it was post-pandemic. Okay. So, how much time do you still have? Oh, it's 5:40. Kayang-kaya pa natin, Father. Father Bay, meron ka pa ba gustong... Sorry po. Sorry. Can you hear me po, Father?
Clear. Loud and
Okay.
clear.
Father, we have one question that we want to marry or parang to answer this time on how can we use our experience in science, no? Or how has our study in science, being a pharmacist, deepened our faith in God? Meron po bang pagkakataon na connected din pala si science at saka itong trabaho natin as a pharmacist at saka po the true calling of God as a priest?
Yeah, isang realization ko as a priest is that when you become a priest, you are definitely a pastor. If you're a pastor, you take good care of the spirituality of people. But, however, hindi natatapos yun yung trabaho. Binibigyan ka nila ng added work binibigyan ka nilang administrative work. So you become an administrator and the pastor at the same time. And here you are, balancing parang your yin and yang, the temporal and the spiritual aspect of your life and your vocation. So hindi mo pwedeng i-separate mo yon. So I am a pastor and at the same time an administrator and vice versa. So as an administrator, you can be empirical, you can be testing, you can be parang scientific. Like in my principle, the simplest of my minds, because siguro of our pharmacy training, ang aking target is always simplicity, accuracy, and results. Ano yun, di ba? Very scientific. Kailangan i-simplify yung process, kailangan accurate yung process, kailangan may yung resulta, ma-achieve mo yung result na gusto mo. However, merong point in time na makikita mo yung gusto mo hindi laging nasusunod. Doon yung makikita yun sa kwento ng buhay ko bilang pare. Hindi yung gusto mo nasusunod. Eventually, ito tweak ng Diyos yung direction. O kaya meron kang gusto like kagalingan na instantaneously sabi niya, hindi, progressive ang bibigay ko sa'yo para maramdaman mo yung healing dahan-dahan. Kasi kapag ka-instant, hindi mo nanamnamin yung blessing, yung miracle. Pero kung dahan-dahan siya, nanamnamin mo yung biyaya ng Diyos. What am I saying? Merong point in time in our life as a pharmacist, as a science person, makikita mo na nakita ko yung beauty ng aking ginagawa. Kaya lang meron talaga nung dead end. Yes. So meron talaga nung blank spaces na only the Holy Spirit can fill in. At sasabihin mo, hindi ko na kaya to, Lord. I have reached my point. I let go and I let God. So kinakailangan mag-merge ngayon yung pananampalataya mo at saka yung healing process. Because parang sa doktor ko sinabi niya, no, I'm not a God, I'm a doctor, I'm only an instrument. Just the same with us pharmacists, diba? We are only instruments of God's healing. Nung seminarista ako yung parang, sorry for the word, para ako yung drug lord ng seminaryo. Ako, may lagnat ka. Bigyan ng antibiotic yan. Bigyan ng gamot sa yan. Bigyan ng laxative yan. Diba? Kasi syempre, loud ka rin. Eventually, may binigyan akong pare, nagka-allergy. yung histamine niya, biglang nag-allergy, nag-backfire sa kanya. Sabi ko, nako,
reaction.
Diba? So, you need to call a friend eventually. And siya sa sarili mo sa akin, meron palang hangganan yung what you know.
And yung kakayanan mo, Father, no? That's nice, no? So, meron talaga din pagkakataon, Father, na magko-conflict yung scientific training natin. Parang, at saka yung mga spiritual beliefs. But I think the best line that you mentioned kanina is may hangganan. No, may mga marirealize ka na hindi na kaya to ng science. That is when you now offer your faith, no? And you trust your faith. We have 5 minutes left, Father. Napaka-ikli ng oras natin sa kwentuhan and this talakayan, Father Don. But I'm really sure that many were inspired by your story and hopefully will pursue also to become a priest like you. Talking about that, because we are live stream at Facebook, and I'm not sure how many are currently watching right now, but there are our alumni, our students, maybe some guests in the community that are watching us right now. What advice would you give to someone considering the similar path from a professional career to priesthood? What advice can you tell them?
Siguro before going to that point,
yes, Father.
I just need to mention
yes, Father.
It's a blessing working in part of the, for example, hospital, UST Hospital, no, I've worked. Bakit? Kasi before entering the seminary, nagka-girlfriend, nagka-experience ng work, it helped you para maging well-rounded yung perspective mo when you become a priest, no? Siguro I need to just say this na kapag may mga interesadong magpare, mas maganda yung all aspect para wala ka nang babalikan na what if sa buhay mo. Nasasabihin mo, what if nagtrabaho muna ako sa labas or what if nagka-girlfriend muna ako. Walang ganon. And eventually, when you face your parang the people you serve as an admin or as a pastor, you realize na once in my life I have been an employee, once in my life I have been a patient too. So I should understand what they're going through, how they are living today, how they are supporting their own family, how they need to, no, not only to, parang sabihin ko sa'yo na hindi kita pagdadasal lang, kailangan kong tulungan kita na para maging maayos din yung buhay mo. So, because if I've been given the capacity to do that, then I should help you out on how to live as normal, as vital in these days of, and parang at this time, di ba, of our life. Hindi lang sabihin ko sa'yo, I'll just pray for you. No, as an admin, I should understand where you're coming from. As parang kasi parang I'm not looking at you as someone na parang a faithful penitent. No, I'm looking at you as a colleague now. I am a priest, yes, but I do not put myself on top of everyone. I am a pharmacist also. I am a brother to everyone. I'm a father by name, but I'm a brother to everyone. So parang pag nakita tayo, I would rather see you approaching me na ano to, si father to, si father. No. Hindi ko na-imbibe yung ganong mentality. Imbibe ko yung mentality na we can work together, we can discuss together, we can dialogue together, and if you have better views than I am, so be it. I will respect you for what you say and for who you are. That's just like the point that I mentioned. The last note that I would really, really like to share is that, alam mo, mahilig ako manood ng pelikula paminsan-minsan. Pero ang pinaka-nakakainis, habang nanonood ka, may kasama kang nanonood din, tapos napanood niya na yung pelikula. Habang nanonood ka, sasabihin niya kung ano yung mangyayaring susunod. Hindi ba? Nakakainis yun. Sasabihin niya mamamatay yan. Mamamatay yan. No? Gusto mo sabihin, siya kaya patayin ko. Pwede ba kita immune? No?
Spoiler, Father, not spoiler.
Why do I mention this? Because in our life, God's plan is something like fulfilling the story of our individual lives. Kaya si God, hindi niya ni-spoil yung events. Pinatatagal niya, pinasasarap niya kasi He allows us to enjoy the moment. Sasabihin mo, kahit masaya, yes. Kahit malungkot, kasama yon. Kahit tragic minsan, yes, kasama yon. Kasi lahat ng ups and downs ng buhay natin, nanonood lang naman siya. Pero eventually, sabi niya, sa bandang huli, magkikita naman tayo. Because my plan is not your plan. So see you sa conclusion ng story. Because ang kinakailangan natin at this point is trusting faith. Yun ang gusto kong iwan. Trusting faith. At the end of the day, we can do our part, but we have to trust the Lord eventually. Because His plan is better than our plan.
Very nicely said, Father Don. Very nicely said. Ang dami po nating key takeaways today. Sobrang dami nating maaari naging tanong, no, entering to this conversation. But personally, I have a lot of takeaways. Siguro yung discern deeply, the one that you mentioned, para wala ka ng what ifs bago ka pumasok. Yung mga na-experience si Father, parang sobrang niyang in-embrace yung humility. But he also prepared himself for the sacrifices that would come with it, no? And you always ask, no, or seek for help of people around you. And of course, by your faith in God, by praying. Now, Father, sobrang salamat po for joining us today. We are so blessed having you here with us, joining us at Bridges. And we pray that more professionals join you and our fathers in priesthood. But before we end, we have a few announcements. No, we want to thank you, Father. We'd like to also congratulate the board top-notchers and all the freshly minted registered Tomasian Medical Technologies who passed the August 2024 Medical Technologist Licensure Exam. And may I also mention that we, in the University of Santo Tomas, had 6 top-notchers out of the 10 top-notchers in the recently concluded licensure exam. The UST Alumni Association and Tomasian Alumni Community Foundation will also soon hold a La Tomasina Baile de Mascaras on October 26, 2024 from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight at the Manila Ballroom of the Manila Hotel. And please watch out for further announcements. The Distinguished Thomasian Alumni Awards Night will be held on November 30, 2024 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Buenaventura G. Paredes OP Thomasian Alumni Center Ballroom. And this is to honor all notable distinguished Thomasians from the different alumni associations of the university. Another one is that the UST Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association and Scholarship Foundation Incorporated announces its upcoming homecoming. Ayan, excited tayo para dito. Homecoming, this will be on Saturday, December 7, 2024 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. also at the Buenaventura G. Paredes OP Thomasian Alumni Center Ballroom. Please save the date for all the graduates of the Faculty of Pharmacy. Dear friends, we'd like to thank you again for joining us today. Please watch Bridges again next Tuesday for another exciting episode, still sponsored by the UST Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Foundation Incorporated. And next week's episode is entitled, I Cannot See What I Can Feel, but I Can Sense My Health. Wow, sobrang exciting ng title. And this time with our guest, no other than Dr. Rowan Yolo. Please stay with us as we continue to share with you the blessings of Bridges. Again, please subscribe to our UST Thomasian Alumni Community YouTube channel and Facebook page where you're watching right now. To watch the past episode of Bridges, they can still be watched on our YouTube channel and the FB page. No? Here at Bridges, we do not build walls. We build connections to reach out to one another. We build strong bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Once again, ako po si Eve De Jesus. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po.